So the Hendler family history in business starts with Springdale Ice Company. Springdale was founded by my grandfather, Richard Hendler, in the 60s in the Springdale neighborhood of Stamford, Connecticut. It was just always a part of life. Saturday afternoon in the summer, you were at the ice house. The core values were instilled on us then of hard work and focus on people in your community. Like, this is what was bred into us from a young age. That business was sold in 2004, and it was a really interesting moment for us. For Jack especially, he had just graduated college, and our dad kind of told us two things in that moment. One was he really wanted us to have the freedom to choose what our career would be. Like, find something we're passionate in. He didn't want us to feel that obligation that we needed to go into the family business. The other was that if the thing we found and had a passion in was something that made sense as a business, he would help us get that idea off the ground. In 2009, Jack got married to Abby, and Jack brewed the beer for the wedding, as any good brewer would do, and their friend was asked to make a label for this beer. And their friend came up with the name Jack's Abbey Brewing for this wedding beer, and that name stuck. So a few years later, Jack has gone to brewing school in Chicago and in Munich, and he's coming back asking Eric and I if we'd be interested in starting a brewery with him. We were, and that name lived on. So Jack's Abbey Brewing became the name of this business we were starting together. We signed a lease in late 2010 and got the doors open July of 2011. In 2014, we made the decision to move from that original 6,000 square foot warehouse on Morton Street in Framingham to our current home on Clinton Street in Framingham. That was a big decision for us. We, in 2015, started the year with about 20 employees. By the end of that year, as we were opening the new facility, the beer hall opened in October of 15, and production here started in January of 16. We had grown to over 100 employees. Definitely a wild year for us, and one that I will forever remember. And we were doing great. Then 2020 happened. I mean, March of 2020, COVID comes, and the business just about shut down. I mean, literally overnight, the beer hall was closed. Our wholesale business was heavily focused on selling draft beer to other bars and restaurants, and all of that was gone. I mean, there were thousands of kegs that needed to get dumped. It was a really, really scary time for the brewery. The community embraced us while the beer hall was closed for in-person service. The amount of takeout pizza, and even, I mean, we were like, you know, all hands on deck, anything we could do to keep our doors open, we were doing, and the community showed up for us in like a big way. It was simultaneously, you know, some of the scariest times of owning the brewery, but also some of the most special in the way the community stepped up for us. So we did the second biggest project we've ever done here since the initial build out, putting in a whole new can line, and you know, we needed to go sell the capacity on that can line. And this phase of the business has been growing Jack's Abbey, but also doing contract brewing for the first time and doing some other more unique partnerships. You know, going back to what we grew up in, like it's the determination of this team, the hustle. Like it hasn't always been pretty, but there's been a determination that, you know, all right, that business we got to run for the first 10 years, it's gone, it doesn't exist anymore. We need to reinvent ourselves. We need to figure out a path to survival. Once we can do that, we need to find a path to thriving again. I'm extraordinarily proud of the team that has helped us find that path. There have definitely been days where we've found ourselves astray, but at the end of the day, focusing on what matters most, making wonderful beer, quality is always so important to what we do. Being a part of our community, the community is what kept us here during some of those dark moments, and investing in our community has from day one been part of what we want to do, and that investment has paid dividends over and over again. And investing in our people. Like, we have some of the best people in beer working for us, and it's just a joy to get to work with these people every day.